Welcome back to Jersey Matters. We continue our discussion now with Michele Siekerka, President and CEO of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. You mentioned something a moment ago. You mentioned the raise in the minimum wage and the sick leave bill, which would increase sick leave to many more employees in the state. From what I heard, the businesses in New Jersey, all the businesses seem to think, okay, this is a fait accompli. We'll go to the table to try to at least mitigate the losses.
Absolutely.
Is that the case now?
Oh, absolutely. We've said this. Coming in, Governor Murphy ran on a platform. He had an agenda. He was very clear and transparent about that agenda. He was elected. So now we know that he wants to advance that agenda. So we need a seat at the table. So we can't just sit back and say, refuse that these things are going to happen. We know that there's going to be a pathway to $15 minimum wage. We need to make sure that pathway is one that is done in bite-sized pieces so that business can absorb those increased costs over time, and that there are certain exemptions so that certain businesses are not held back by that because it's just not the right thing for that business. Things like a training wage, a youth wage, we have to make sure that 16-year-olds can get that first job. No one's hiring a 16-year-old for $15 at the counter of the Burger King, okay? We need to make sure along the way that we lift people's skills, because the sustainable way to lift someone's wages is by lifting their skills. As you lift skills, you naturally lift wages.
And are you satisfied in your discussions about this legislation, or these two pieces of legislation, that you're being heard and you have effect?
So there is no bill yet, right now, that is being acted upon. It's all the discussion leading up to it. And yes, there's actually been very, very good discussion around this. We're very pleased at our ability to have very concrete discussions with our policymakers on these issues.
So increase the minimum wage, the sick leave, which would affect Amazon because they have so many part-time workers, especially in their warehouses, a raise in the business tax locally, and a millionaire's tax, which could affect some of the people that would come here to work at the second headquarters. How much does that hurt New Jersey in getting Amazon, attracting a company like Amazon?
We have the best workforce in the country, a highly skilled workforce here in the state of New Jersey. People are attracted here for that. We have great infrastructure. Location, location, location. You don't get a better location than New Jersey relative to all that we have to offer. Okay, so we have some assets here that we really have to pay attention to. Unfortunately, we have some challenges, and we need to make sure that as we address those challenges, we do it in a responsible manner so that business can absorb those costs.
You keep talking about businesses leaving, but they're not the only people that are leaving. And a poll was done recently out of Rutgers at Eagleton, and they talked to millennials, and they said, how many of you would like to leave the state? And it was 70% would like to leave the state. And that's on top of the millennials that have already left. How do you keep millennials? Because that's so important to attracting business, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. So first of all, I'm going to suggest it's not that they want to leave the state, it's that they probably have no choice because they're not seeing a path forward here in the state of New Jersey. We just issued a task force report just a few weeks ago. We had a task force working on this exact issue over the last year, issues around attractability and affordability of higher education. Our graduates, those who are graduating from 12th grade and going on to traditional four-year public-private education, are doing so 56% outside the state of New Jersey. Think for one moment what we invest in property tax in our K-12 education in the state of New Jersey. Approximately $20,000 per pupil per year times 13 years. That's a significant investment through our #1 in the nation cost property taxes, right? So we put out a great product in this K-12 education, and we let them leave the state of New Jersey not to come back.
And what is the reason for that? Is it the quality of the schools? Because you have Princeton, you have Seton Hall at Rutgers. You would think that there'd be some attractive alternatives.
Many of them told me that, the New Jersey schools either don't recruit me, or I had no idea what tremendous assets these schools have to offer until I was actually here on the campus. So on the attractability side, we need to show that New Jersey is a diverse state, that we have things millennials are looking for. The affordability side, we're the 4th most expensive for higher education in the nation. We have to look at innovative ways to deliver higher education. Embedded in all of that, we need to take care of the students that aren't going on to traditional four-year, and we need to get back to having skill building for middle-level skills in the state of New Jersey. Technology, trades. We got 44,000 vacant jobs in the state of New Jersey that are middle-level skilled jobs that we don't have people prepared to walk into. We need to take care of that.
Let's go to the other end now. We talked about millennials, retirees. They've done something about the different retirement taxes with the estate tax. Has that helped?
Absolutely, absolutely. BIA, it was our research 2 years ago that drove the day on the elimination of estate tax. Today, as we sit here, we do not have estate tax in the state of New Jersey anymore. And when we did our survey coming into 2018, our Business Outlook survey, for the first time, we saw the needle starting to turn on people saying, less people saying, I will consider leaving the state of New Jersey in my retirement. That is significant. So we are starting to move the needle.
One last question, and I'll get back to Amazon. They made the finals. North Jersey made the finals. What are the shot? What's the shot? What are the chances, really?
Well, it's 1 in 20. That's great. I mean, think about it. We were 1 in a few hundred, and now we're 1 in 20. You know what? We have as good a shot as any. What's going on in the Renaissance in Newark is fantastic. The partnership going around is phenomenal, unprecedented in the state of New Jersey. There's great energy. There's great vibe, and that's why I get a little concerned about some of these policies right now. We've got a great thing going. Let's not muck it up.
Great. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure talking to you, Michele
Thanks.
Siekerka, CEO and President of New Jersey Business and Industry Association. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Still to come, will cuts to the EPA affect your drinking water? We'll talk about it when Jersey Matters comes right back.